When the Luka Doncic trade happened, everyone had the same reaction. This was the steal of the century. But now, after the Lakers were knocked out in the first round of the 2025 NBA playoffs, the jokes are flying. And they're aimed right at LA. People are asking, how does a team with both LeBron James and Luka Doncic get bounced so early? Wasn't it supposed to be Lakers in 5, not Lakers home in 5? That said, let's take a step back. This situation isn't as simple as some are making it out to be. Like most things in life, it's not just black and white. There's more to the story. Yes, this loss was a huge letdown. Yes, it's bad news for the NBA because the Lakers always pull in big audiences. And yes, social media is blowing up with hot takes and Lakers are finished headlines. Meanwhile, somewhere, Nico Harrison is probably having the celebration of a lifetime. But instead of jumping to conclusions, let's be fair and take a closer look. What actually went wrong for this Lakers team? Can they still chase a title in the next season or two with LeBron and Luka leading the way? And just as important, let's give credit where it's due. Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves played outstanding basketball and earned every bit of this win. Also, there's a big question on everyone's mind. Is LeBron James really thinking about retirement after this series? We're about to watch a clip that may give us some clues. Before we dive into that, if you're enjoying this content, feel free to subscribe and turn on notifications, but only if you're truly into it. Let's get into it.
How many more years will we see you play?
I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. And just have a conversation with myself on how long I want to continue to play. I don't know the answer to that right now, to be honest. So, let me see.
Nobody really knows what LeBron James is thinking right now, except for LeBron himself. But let's be honest. The media is probably blowing things out of proportion. And honestly, LeBron might be doing a little of that in his own head too. This kind of loss was a gut punch. When you expect to compete for a title and get knocked out in the first round, it stings. I'm not an NBA player, but I can imagine how tough that must be mentally. Also, let's not forget, LeBron has a long history of playing mind games. This could easily be his way of putting pressure on the front office. Give me a real shot at a championship, or maybe I walk. Whether it's a bluff or not, it's a smart move. But here's what really matters, and what people often overlook. Winning right after making a big trade at the deadline is incredibly difficult, especially when the player you bring in is someone like Luka Doncic. Luka is one of the highest usage players we've ever seen, and he didn't join this team until about 2/3 into the season. There was no training camp with him and LeBron, and let's be real, teams barely practice during the regular season these days. So, the only way they could build chemistry was through live games. On paper, LeBron and Luka seemed like a dream combo. And at times, they looked amazing together. But the reality is, it wasn't a perfect fit, mainly because of how the rest of the roster was built. If this were prime LeBron, maybe they could pulled it off anyway. But he's in his 40s now, and when you got both Luka and Austin Reeves out there, guys who aren't exactly known for defense, he left the perimeter wide open. Anthony Edwards made it look like he was playing a video game on rookie mode, just blowing by defenders at will, and when he got to the rim, there was nobody there to stop him. The Lakers' lack of depth really hurt them, too. That might be the most underrated problem they faced. Their fourth quarter performance in this series was historically bad. They were outscored in every single fourth quarter by a total of 127 to 85. Only 9% of their total points came in the fourth. That screams fatigue. Bottom line, this team wasn't complete. The Luka trade was exciting, but it came mid-season, and that matters. Now, the front office has the summer to build a real, balanced roster. Then we'll see what this team can actually do. Next season could look very different for the Lakers, and it needs to. One of their biggest weaknesses this year was obvious. They lacked a true defensive center who could also catch lobs. That gap in their roster hurt them badly, and Minnesota exposed it all series long. Let's be clear, losing in the first round is disappointing. This isn't about making excuses, but sometimes the solution is simpler than it seems. And in this case, it might be as straightforward as adding a rim-protecting big man who can finish plays above the rim. The decision not to play Jackson Hayes raised a lot of eyebrows. Fans and analysts alike criticized Coach JJ for it. Hayes definitely has his flaws. He picks up too many fouls, he struggles with decision-making, and he's not the sharpest defensive player. but he did offer something the Lakers desperately needed: size and athleticism to at least challenge Rudy Gobert. In Game 5, when Hayes didn't see the floor at all, Gobert exploded, 27 points and 24 rebounds. He looked like a prime Wilt Chamberlain out there. That game alone made a huge difference in the series. Still, it's worth noting, before that performance, Gobert had been quiet. Just 5 points and 3 rebounds on average over the first 4 games. So yes, JJ might have made a mistake, but it wasn't an obvious one until it was too late. Now let's talk about Mark Williams. After the Lakers were eliminated, Williams posted a cryptic smiley face and a meme on social media, clearly taking a shot at the Lakers. Why? Because earlier in the season, a trade was in place that would send him to LA in exchange for Dalton Knecht. But the Lakers pulled out of the deal, claiming he failed his physical. Williams' agent pushed back hard, saying multiple top doctors believed he was healthy and ready to play. If that's true, it could haunt the Lakers. Williams averaged 15, 3 points and 2 rebounds this season on 60% shooting, exactly the kind of presence the Lakers lacked. But he also only played 44 games, so maybe LA had real concerns about his durability. Regardless, all eyes are now on what the Lakers do next. They're not a franchise that stays quiet. They swing big. And there's already buzz about a potential dream scenario. Jaren Jackson Jr., his contract is up after next season, and the Memphis Grizzlies are dealing with serious uncertainty. If Jackson were to tell the front office he plans to sign with the Lakers in 2026, they might decide to trade him now and get value while they can. Normally, this would sound far-fetched, but for the Lakers, it's not impossible. Also, don't be surprised if Austin Reeves is part of a trade package. As much as fans love him, his defensive struggles, especially alongside Luka, were exposed in the playoffs. The front office might look to upgrade. And now, we have to give some love to Anthony Edwards. Last year, people were calling him the future face of the league, some even joking that he might be Michael Jordan's son. That hype quieted down when Luka and the Mavs knocked out the Timberwolves in the Western Conference Finals. But now, Ant is back in the spotlight, and he earned it. While the Lakers' early exit might feel like a worst-case scenario for the NBA, maybe there's a silver lining here: the rise of a new superstar in Anthony Edwards.
What makes it feel even better is that they said Lakers in 5 and the Wolves won in 5. So I think that makes it feel.
Anthony Edwards, as a personality, is pure must-watch TV. He's not just dominating on the court, he's bringing the energy off it, too. After knocking the Lakers out of the playoffs, he didn't hold back. At the post-game press conference, he took a few playful jabs and put on a show. He's got the game, the charisma, and the confidence, the kind of presence that makes you stop what you're doing and pay attention. Edwards isn't just winning games, he's building a star-level brand right in front of our eyes.
Y'all gonna be f***ing with me, I just sent y'all home. What'd they say? Lakers in 5. And then look, when we was up 3-1, they said Lakers in 7. My favorite movie, Matilda.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I've never seen it.
Are you tripping?
Yeah,